Alright, so hello and welcome everybody. I'm Trying for Man, casting on the Beyond the Summit channel. Now this is a Forever Alone cast, and we will have... This is actually a replay cast of StarsBoba versus IG, Invictus Gaming. Now this game actually happened yesterday. I don't know who won, but we didn't cast this one because we were casting LGD versus Space Monkey. So it's a bit of a... well, week 3 for the GDM is a very, very hectic week. Lots of Chinese teams just sort of replacing other teams, and also eHome were a bit late getting their roster together, so lots of games being scheduled over one another. So we will have to do a few replay casts this week. So I'm just going to bring up the player. There we go, that's what I want. So you can see some of the player names there. Why is the volume so low? It shouldn't be too low. Yes, this is a Forever Alone cast though, guys, because Gods is busy. He's in a meeting organising stuff for the tournament, so he's not able to make this match. But I mean, that's okay. That's alright. He'll be back later once we've got, of course, we've got Aeon versus eHome coming up. That will be live at 9:45 GMT plus 8. But right now in this game, we've got Titan of first ban by StarsBoba, followed up by a ban on Enchantress along with Lycan. Lycan, no surprise. Enchantress definitely getting picked off quite a bit just because she's really good. Can get aggressive really quickly. And I'm not too surprised to see the Silent Bear. Everybody, like, they see that Silent Bear's not that common a ban. Like, people sort of worry about it from there, particularly against the Chinese teams. You'll see everybody go, okay, we better not let those guys get their hands on Silent Bear. So there we go. Silent Bear being banned out by StarsBoba. This is a replay cast. This is a replay cast. In fact, right now IG are actually playing a Dota 1 match as of this moment, but this is a replay cast of yesterday's match. Third ban now for IG. Now IG they're struggling a little bit. In fact, they've lost their first 3 games. They're in Group B, the group of death. They've lost against Orange. What was the other team? Orange, LGD, and they lost against MUFC last night as well. So they're currently 0-3. And this is not looking too good for them because, well, yeah, I mean 0-3. There is the top 4 will go through, but right now they are, I think, in danger of possibly not making it through. They will need to win. They really need to win this game. If they don't, it's looking pretty grim for them. But the first pick is Furion for IG. They've also banned out the Brewmaster. No real big surprise. They're pretty much... I think we've seen exactly 1 game or 2 games where the Brewmaster doesn't actually get banned. And in fact, we've seen him getting picked... Actually, no, that's right. He got picked once and then they lost with it. That was a Lycan Brewmaster pick that one team managed to secure. But Invoker being picked up for StarsBoba. No real surprise. He's a very solid hero. Really, really versatile. So we'll be seeing him being used probably in a solo mid. When we see these invokers, they generally give him the solo mid, but again, he's still pretty versatile. You can give him the suicide. You can give him a safe lane solo. It is possible to do that, especially if you have a jungler backing him up. But also, I mean, I have casted Dota 1 games, like high-level Dota 1 games, and I have seen him used in a tri-lane. Believe it or not, actually used in a tri. So again, he's pretty versatile. You can do a lot of things with him. So, one of those toolbox heroes, but Queen of Pain getting picked up. I'm kind of thinking we'll see him take the solo mid though, and Queen of Pain, well, we've seen a few Queen of Pains actually get used as almost tri-lane heroes. They get a bit of backup. The supports generally don't hang around the lane too much. See them getting backed up by stuff like VS and Leshrac combos. I think we saw that last night, in fact. SB equals Spirit Breaker. No, SB equals StarsBoba in this situation. Although I know most people use it to type out Spirit Breaker in shorthand. Windrunner, though, the second pick for IG. Now, IG have a very flexible lineup here. They could do a lot of things with this, but in this case, I'm really feeling that we're probably going to see Windrunner, Suicide Solo, see Furion. Oh, actually, no. Wait a minute. They've got a Furion. Could see a Furion mid. I mean, Furion's one of these heroes, can jungle, can suicide, sometimes get sent into the suicide solo lane, also can take the solo mid as well. We do see him occasionally. That Venomancer probably going to get played as a hard spot, but yeah, very flexible lineup for IG there. They could do a lot of things. Now, they've banned out the anti-mage as well. Will we see them take out the Morphling? Just because I mean, in this Southeast Asian tournament, or Asian tournament, we've seen Morphling and anti-mage get banned quite a bit. Earthshaker, though, the final pick for StarsBoba. What will they be doing? Got the Earthshaker pick. They could use a second spot. Something like VS would be a perfect hero. Well, would be a really good hero to back up that Earthshaker. Go with him. Can combo nicely. They've got some good poke. Got some good stun. And it also would, having the VS there would allow him just to not have to worry too much about that warning. But they're banned off the Enigma. Enigma is a very common suicide solo. Really good at pushing. And just one of those heroes, if you let him get off a good black hole, can really turn some fights around. Although Darkseer actually falling, like Darkseer has been a very common first ban. So surprising to see him actually slip through both the picking phase and also the first banning phase without appearing at all. But yeah, I think that's a decent final ban there, especially when they've got a lot of AoE. I don't think it's a bad choice at all. I mean, they could have thrown him in there, got, alright, Darkseid, take that Suicide Soul, and then they've got all of the AoE. They've got the Invoker AoE, they've got the Queen of Pain AoE, they've got Earthshaker. If you combo that with with Vacuum, that could be incredibly deadly. Now, Mirana, though, the next pick. Oh, IG grabbing up a Mirana, okay. I'm thinking we're going to see the Mirana in the carry lane. She's going to go in the safe lane, maybe get backed up by one or two heroes, but Mirana's one of the heroes that doesn't need that much help. She'll probably have the support to help her out just a little bit and then break off and go and just put pressure elsewhere in the lane. Just because, especially if Furion's taking that side lane. So, although, in this case, I'm almost thinking, it really depends what they do with this Windrunner, whether they try to actually run her as a support, because it's the Chinese teams mostly that I've seen actually shoehorn the Windrunner into a support role, because she can do that. It can be done, but it's not optimal, I would say. But it can be done. But in this case, if they're gonna run the Windrunner, if they're grabbing another support, I'm thinking the Windrunner will be thrown into the Suicide Soul and they'll put the Furion in mid. Ancient Apparition, though, this is an interesting choice here. Oh, alright then. I'm thinking Ancient Apparition is going to be used as a support here. I'm honestly not a huge fan of it, just because he does really well levels and he doesn't actually have a lot of innate lane control. So if they're planning to pick some kind of hard carry to go with the two supports, I'm actually not sure. I mean, maybe if they pick up something like the Shrek not banned yet. If they pick up something like the Shrek, that would be a lot better. But if they go for a hard carry like Morphling, they're going to find they lack a bit of lane control. Ancient Apparition doesn't have much of his own. Cold Feet needing a good stun to set up. Obviously, you can use the Fissure to try and set things up, but then again, it might not be enough, especially against some of the speedy heroes, or against some heroes that can just sort of leap out of trouble, stuff like that. It will need a bit more lockdown. Looks like Shadow Demon going to back up the Venomancer, though. So yeah, I believe we will see. Then again, I mean, you could potentially, they could potentially just dual lane it. I mean, you've got the Shadow Demon, you've got the Banish, you could just use that to set up arrows all day, but I am feeling they're probably going to take that Mirana, you back her up with the Shadow Demon, with the Venomancer, and Weaver getting picked by StarsBoba. And this is very weird. Weaver has not been, ever since everybody sort of started getting on board with this whole pushing metagame, Weaver has not been very common at all. He's been falling out of favour just because he doesn't have any kind of early game firepower. He's not one of those carries that can really get involved early game at all. So, very different pick there from StarsBoba. We'll see how this works out for them. But I'm feeling that Windrunner are probably going to take the Suicide Soul. I'm thinking we might see Joe here take that mid. And maybe they might actually go with the aggressive try. I mean, they could. They've got the arrow. They've got the Banish to set up the arrow. They've even got a Venomancer to back them up. They can just roam around, also cause trouble. Venomancer not bad. If he can go to the mid, could set up a nice gank there with the Venomous Gale. But I am very worried about this Weaver pick. Like, he's been falling out of favour for a good reason. Like, we see characters like Anti-Mage, like Ricky's still getting picked, like Broodmother still getting picked, just because they can, and Morphling even, just because they can get involved, they can do some damage, they can get involved early. You know, Morphling's got a good nuke, a good waveform, he can just position, right-click people down, especially if he's got a good try and back. Weaver, though, just doesn't have a whole lot. Shukuchi doesn't do much damage. He's got nice positioning, but it's not got good damage, and then Geminate attack is not exactly fantastic early game either, until you actually get some damage up and running. And then he's got just one of those builds, like the Radiance build is just so common. It just takes a while to get running. He doesn't farm that fast naturally. Doesn't have anything to really accelerate his goal. He doesn't even have like the option like to go for like a fast Battle Fury or something, just so he can duck into the jungle and really just sort of wipe out stack camps or something. So I am a little worried as to how this is going to work out. Looks like Jessica might be taking the solo bottom with that Queen of Pain. And this, I feel this is a bit of a weak, if they're in fact trying to tri-lane this, I feel this is a bit of a weak tri-lane from StarsBoba. This does bother me a little bit. They don't have that good a lockdown. And what's it going to be up against? Oh, it's going to be up against, well, it's up against the Furion. If it's going to catch any of these heroes, Furion will be the one that can get pinned down by it. But still not fantastic, not a whole lot of nuke. I mean, they're going to have the Fissure, and that's about it. From like a good steady, just a good steady nuke, that's about it. Cold Feet, not fantastic on the damage scale, and neither is Shukuchi and just the Weaver harass, but we'll see what they can do. Nature's Prophet should be okay in this lane unless he gets caught out badly by a good Fissure Trap. And it will be an offensive try. I like this, just because they can get really aggressive. I mean, they could set up a good start. If they can time this properly, they can catch Queen of Pain with an arrow with the Banish, but if they miss time, it will need perfect time. If they don't get it right, Jessica is just going to blink away, and then it's not going to work, because they don't have that good power stun to set things up. But on the other hand, even if they don't actually set up any kills, it's going to cause a lot of pressure on Jessica here, on the Queen of Pain. It's going to let Mirana get ahead, and then these guys, they can go through the enemy jungle and gank this Invoker. Invoker is going to be very, very vulnerable, and this is actually a bit of a different opening build there. For Invoker, he has actually gone straight for a Belt of Strength. Alright, they're asking for a remake AP. This is a replay cast though, so there will be no remake. I'm not sure what happened there. Okay, Ancient Apparition is DC'd. Maybe he was struggling to get back in. But yeah, definitely a very different opening build there for the Invoker. It has gone with the Exhort, so I mean, this is something he can afford to do. He's gone with the Exhort opening, so he's already got a lot of base damage there, or a lot of damage there from the Exhort itself. And Windrunner will be solo mid. Yeah, he's struggling. Alright, so he was struggling to get back in. He should be fine though, seeing as we're still in here. Oh, this replay is here, so we know he gets back in. Oh yeah, this is it. Oh, just taking that Belt of Drive Strength just to give him a huge boost, I think, in the strength. And I mean, is he going for treads though? I'm not sure where he's going with that Belt of Strength. Normally we see the Invokers go for phase, but I don't think I've seen a treads on Invoker ever. I might just actually. Oh wait, no, he's back in. No, he's paused it again. You know, seeing as this is a replay, I'm just gonna hang on. Just gonna speed this up a bit. Alright, it's back in now. Fantastic. No sense sitting through that. But yeah, both of these teams running the offensive try, and I really feel like it's going to work out better for the Dart. Like, the offensive try is going to work out better for IG just because Mirana can handle herself better, and just because this Invoker kind of easy to kill. Winner, on the other hand, is a Windrun. She can kind of get herself out of trouble if really necessary, and she's already harassing the crap out of Invoker. She knows she just wants to get him down a little bit low. Doesn't need to hammer him a ton, just wants to get him down, just to make him easy, just make it more likely for this gank to succeed, because she knows her friends are on the way right now. Here we go. They're going to jump. Oh, wait, they're going to dive. Alright, they're going to dive under. There's the Banish. Are we going to get the Venomous Gale in position? There we go. Venomous Gale doesn't connect. I love his sex dodging that. Just immediately running the opposite direction. It looks like this will be a foul gank here. They can't really afford to go toe-to-toe with the tower once, because at the moment all they've done is just spray some spells at them. They haven't drawn the tower aggro. They're left on the creep. And I think that was the smart thing to do, especially since Shadow Demon already taking a ton of damage there from the creep. So not a good result. I mean, they had that. They should have had that, and somehow managed to mistime that gank. Meanwhile, this is going to allow Queen of Pain to get, well, basically stay toe-to-toe with Mirana. In fact, actually get slightly ahead of Mirana. I think it's just because her creep wave is pushing up slightly faster. Yeah, 5-1, 4 yeah, so her creep wave is just pushing up slightly faster. Now they're going to jump out from behind Queen of Pain. I don't think they've got the angle for the arrow, though. No, they really don't have that angle for the arrow. Can't drop it down, so it's just going to be a bit of a banish. She will just blink away. Does get hit by the Venomous Gale. Might get the arrow now. She's been slowed. Leaps in. Lands the arrow. Queen of Pain looking for that first blood. Gets cleaned up straight away. Oh, that was a good recovery there. Queen of Pain, unfortunately, just getting taken out by that. I mean, she did the right thing, actually trying to interpose a creep between herself, but unfortunately it's too slow to dodge the arrow, which she really, I think she could have seen it coming, but probably wasn't quite watching. Now, there is a DD rune bottom. Nobody coming to pick that up there. Valgal, yes indeed. I'm just watching the chat call it out now. Valgal. Now, Weaver doing the generated attack, Shikuchi pretty stock standard. I mean, he could even just get one of the bugs just to annoy the Prophet, but I don't think he will, just because he's going to focus on farming as hard as he possibly can. Prophet going to try and hold this off with his own summons there, as Earthshaker just jacking his creep wave. Which, I mean, this isn't really going to be that effective, just because Prophet, as you can see, he's summoning his own creep. He's just going to use that to keep it off the tower, even though ES is jacking the creep wave. And ES now pulling it back behind. Not, in the end, the best move. Now they're both going to tank a ton of damage. Ancient Apparition going, what the hell have you done? What the hell have you done, Earthshaker? Dragging that on top of me. Windrunner with the fast bottle. Have they got the bottle? Oh, Invoker not actually bothering with the bottle. Probably going to pick up. Well, normally when we see the Invokers get played, they'll go for the fast phase. But in this case, I mean, he's got this belt of giant strength. So I'm not sure if he's going to try and rush the crap out of power power treads. It's not as useful. And there we go. There's the banish arrow. It's going to go. Is it going to connect? It does manage to land. Venomous Scale also successfully landing there. And there we go. Another kill on Queen of Pain. Just the banish and the arrow combo. So damn strong. And very... It's pretty much... If the two players are coordinated, it's pretty much a shackle shot. Here comes the power shot as well. It doesn't have enough mana for it. Or doesn't go for it. I thought she'd go for the power shot. If she dropped that power shot, that would have killed. 280 damage. I'm surprised that Windrunner didn't just drop that power shot. She had the mana for it too. Gonna fire it through and miss there. And there are tangos just on the ground because apparently she can. She's out of space, that's why. Fair enough then. Alright, so fast Basilius for Mirana there. Queen of Pain. Gone for this really quick magic one. I don't know if she's going to regret that just because it's not going to really do a whole lot for her right now. She's not really going to spam that hard. She's mostly just picked up... I mean, she's picked up all those charge from basically when she's been ganked. And here we go. There's another combo coming in. The banish from behind. Here comes the arrow as well to follow up. It's going to strike. No, yes, it does manage to land there. Venomous Gale as well. And Queen of Pain is not getting away from this. And pretty much, she needs a ward up behind her pretty soon, because this is just going to happen all day long. These guys are going to, you know what, free kill, free kill, free kill. Just, you cannot get away from that banish arrow combo. And meanwhile, we've got the Ancient Apparition coming in along with the Earthshaker, but this is not being able to do anything. Windrunner's just backing up, so I'm just really surprised that, I mean, they need wards up behind them. Like, here and here. They need wards there and there, just because otherwise this Venomancer and Shadow Demon is going to have free reign. They're just going to completely tear up this bottom lane. Jessica is never going to get any farm at all, as it looks like Furion could be in some trouble. No, oh, he does get hit by the fissure there, but he's going to walk away from this. In fact, he's just going to opt to port out. Oh, he might go down to the Sunstrike, does port away. I think he probably could have walked away from that if he really felt like, but doesn't in the end. Porting out just to go back to basic. I mean, he probably would have had to heal anyway, so might as well just port out. And Joe will be back. He's picked up the Gloves of Haste. I'm thinking he might be going for a fast Midas. I can't think of many other reasons to go straight for the Gloves of Haste quite so quickly otherwise. Just because he doesn't really need the attack speed quite that badly. So we'll see if he does go for the fast Midas. A smoke there on the Shadow Demon. They haven't even had to use it. They haven't even had to use it just yet. There's an item coming out. Who's that for? Dust, as well as Boots of Fear. I think they're planning to... Oh, they've got the Dust. They're going to plan to go on Weaver pretty soon, I reckon. Just because... And I mean, it's not a bad idea. They do want to shut him down. Make sure he doesn't get too much farm. So it's good that they're getting on top of that early on. You know, Invoker... Oh, looks like he's going to rush the Power Treads. Again, this is very different. We normally see the Phase Boots. So the rush... Like, the Phase Boots rush, very common. Power Treads, not so much. So we'll see what he does with it. Who's that? Furo on deciding, you know what, screw this top lane. I'm not getting any farm here. I'm just getting harassed all the time. I'm just going to jungle. Queen of Pain also having the same idea. I mean, this is not a bad idea. She's still got no wards. And you might say, why? She can't jungle very fast, very efficient. You see, like, she's getting hammered there by the easy camp. Well, the alternative is she doesn't get any farm at all in the bottom lane and just gets ganked. Ganked left, right, and center. Until she gets some wards to watch her backside. It's not going to happen regardless. As again, these guys, oh, these Radiant supports getting spotted. They were trying to gank Windrunner, getting spotted up by the Furion. And having to back off, wasting a lot of time. They have definitely not been as effective or active as the Dire supports. In fact, they've also got this smoke, which they haven't used yet. But I mean, they don't really need to gank. They don't need to gank that Windrunner all that much. Really, their focus should be on killing Mirana. She's gone for a fast Midas as well. Furion going for the Midas. He's got 1,500 gold saved up and sitting on Gloves of Haste. That's a Midas. I'm willing to bet anything. That's a Midas. MUFC versus IG was yesterday. We've already casted that game. Windrunner in mid. She's currently sitting 28 and 4. So you just look at the banish goes down there. Oh, it looks like they managed to land the Gale this time. It does manage to hit and popping the Dust as well. Also the Dust, great for ganking the Invoker, who does have the Ghost Walk up. Gonna bring him down nice and easy. 3-man gank. Not much he can do about that. Especially with the Dust. I mean, his only hope there was to try and Ghost Walk the hell out of there, and it wasn't going to happen. But Mirana still free farming away here. What is she sitting on? 46 and 9. It's 8 minutes in. She's doing fantastic. Got a fast Midas as well. As we see the Glyph getting popped, trying to hold off that mid push. Not really going to be that effective. They might... I think the creep wave's going to get up here and just going to get immediately... There we go. Power shot coming through. It's going to immediately nuke that down. They're going to keep pushing the pressure on mid. And they've got pressure on bottom as well, so they're going to have to port somewhere to relieve it. Although Weaver is pretty much being left to his own devices as well, so we'll see how this works out for them. Mid tower goes down. Venomancer getting the kill there. Mirana level 7 already. Gold currently favouring the die. No big surprise. They're up 4-0. They've got an extra tower. Although it's good that Weaver's lane has managed to push their own tower. If they'd failed to do that by now, that would have been absolutely terrible. But at least they're sort of trying to keep up on that tower. Because if you're porting into the enemy jungle, they might be trying to set up another kill. No, he's actually... I think he's decided, you know what, my jungle's too hot. There are too many people, too many supports looking through here to gank Windrunner. This is a bit dangerous. I am just going to go to the bottom side and just try and get a bit of farm in the enemy jungle. And he's been spotted. See, this is the ward that they needed up a lot earlier. This ward down here, and they also need one roughly over here, or even a lane ward over there. These wards needed to be up about 5 minutes ago, before the Shadow Demon and Venomancer just had free reign to shut down mid, to shut down the bottom lane. So this, I think, has been a bit of an oversight for StarsBoba, the fact that they've been a bit slow on these wards. Now the smoke there from the Radiant side gets spot up, a shackle shot, Fisher goes down, Cold Feet is going to proc, Sunstrike coming in, doesn't hit anything though, Cold Feet procs, but nothing's going to come from it. Invoker now. Oh wait, no, that's not Power Treads, that's Phase, that's a Necrobook. Alright then, Arrow goes through, doesn't hit anything. Maybe they're just going to try and mass Necrobooks. Even just one Necrobook, one good early Necrobook is also incredibly powerful. I hear a shackle shot, doesn't really connect there. Poison, Shadow Poison going out, Cold Feet as well. Gonna latch, maybe not quite. More Shadow Poison, doesn't hit anything. And Mirana actually just giving chase. I mean, she could just kill this guy. Oh no, she gets hit by the Cold Snap. This is a big problem for her. Can she leap out 1 second? Cold Feet as well, leaps away, barely escaping. Switching to Strength Treads, trying to gain some health. And gonna port out, barely getting away there. Oh, ES didn't quite get line of sight. He had the fissure up as well. If he'd only known, he would have popped that. Yes, I realised the overlay is wrong. Thank you guys for reminding me. I forgot. In all that lead up, I forgot to change the overlay. I feel like a bit of a clown now. I feel like a complete clown. Thank you. I could fix them, but we know that at this point in time, we know IG are on the dire side. They're up against StarsBoba on the Radiant. And if I fix it now, it'll just take time, and it won't really add a whole lot. Because I'll just have to tab out, and then we won't have any noise or anything. Oh, I could do it. Doesn't look like we're doing anything at the moment anyway. These two teams just hanging out in the jungle. And right now, StarsBoba, they've really lost map control. This is hurting them quite a bit. They've got no... Well, apart from Weaver, they're all really scared, really bottled up. And actually now they're going to try and reclaim some control of the jungle. Going to come down here, try and gank this Furo, maybe even get the Shadow Demon, just come through here. Or they could just group jungle. I'm not sure about that. Just the 4-man jungling. Alright then. And Weaver, though, being left to his own devices, let's have a look at the GDM. I mean, he's doing good on his farm. He's 67-2. He is doing very well on his farm, and no big surprise, just because he's been left alone up there. Has not been harassed at all, but he's behind Run. She went straight for the Midas. Possible gank if Buron actually teleporting out, doesn't get caught out. It looks like both teams being relatively passive now. And now I'm going to change the titles, just because nothing is happening. I had IG up there. I forgot to put the StarsBoba. I checked it, looked at the IGs here, I've already done it, and forgot that I hadn't changed the Radiant one. Because I'm a clown like that. I go full retard sometimes. It happens. It happens way too often, really. MUFC versus IG was yesterday. We already casted that. IG actually losing that match. So they're currently, as of this game, they're currently sitting 0-3, and they're like IG, Invictus Gaming, invited to the international everything. They're currently sitting 0-3, but this is Group B. It's the group of death. They've lost to MUFC, Orange, as well as LGD. So those are the three hardest teams in their group. StarsBoba haven't been looking very strong. So in this game, StarsBoba, even though IG have lost all these games in a row, StarsBoba are arguably the underdogs here, just because they've had some rather weak showings. IG have all had pretty strong showings in their games, and I've got to say, Orange, LGD, and MUFC have been looking so damn fine as of late. They've been very, very strong teams.
Radiant's top tower is under
But
attack.
in this game, we're kind of like IG are expected to win. And IG need to win this one though. They want to win this game and their next game. I forget who their last opponent is, but they want to win this game and the next one because otherwise, if they're sitting 1 and 4, it's going to be difficult to advance. If they're 2 and 3, then they've still got a good shot of going through because here's the top 4 teams per group will make it through. The 3rd and 4th place will go through to the losers bracket, but they will go through nonetheless. Mirana appears to be putting together a Lincoln Sphere. I'm not 100% on that. I'm just looking at. I suppose it will be helpful actually. It's going to stop some of the nuke. It's going to stop some of the more annoying disab, especially if Queen of Pain goes for a fast. Well, actually, no, she's probably not going to go for a fast. Go for a Hex just because A, it's not going to be fast because she got shut down so hard in that lane, and B, just because she's probably feeling a little squishy and she hasn't got a lot of space to farm. They haven't got much control over this map at the moment. StarsBoba have been struggling. Like this ward was very late, needed to come out so much earlier. And yeah, again, these wards needed to be up so much earlier. But now they're just trying to keep an eye on who's in their jungle. Furion now moving up here. He did get the Midas. This is busy farming in there, but both teams relatively passive at the moment. Windrunner has finished up a 4-star Mirana, Power Treads, and yeah, I'm pretty sure that is going to be a Lincoln's. I'd really be surprised if it's going to be something else. Now, I know there was a Necro Book being built. It's Necro Book level 1 right now. And Weaver, oh wow, Weaver's got a relic already. Okay, so this could be troublesome. Mirana, despite the fact she's got this big GPM, the problem is she's going to be behind on damage. She's not going to be as combat effective just because she's delayed. Like, she's got a good GPM, but she's delayed her damage, she's delayed her fight effectiveness just because she's got the Hand of Midas and now she's going for a Lincoln. So that's going to slow down the amount of damage she has. She's going to have a nukes, but Weaver isn't going to be too susceptible to that. Once he gets, I'm assuming he's going to pick up a pipe. Oh well. Not necessarily a full-on pipe. Yeah, he'll probably get a pipe at some point. I'm expecting he'll just grab the Vitality Boost for pure health, and he'll turn that Ring of Health into a pipe a little bit later. But once he gets that Radiance up and running, then gets a defense, like a cheap defensive item, he's going to be so much more powerful than Mirana, and the other thing is he's going to be able to harass and just damage so many more heroes all at once, and just be a bigger factor in the team fights than Mirana is. So I think that might cause some trouble for IG, but Mirana definitely farming stronger, and when they get to the late game, Mirana will probably be looking to be in a strong position, provided Weaver doesn't sort of start spiraling out of control once he gets that relic, Radiance up and running. So he'll get the relic, but once he gets that Radiance up and running. See Mirana porting back to base there. Burion just sharing some nukes there with the Shadow Nim. He's got a smoke up. He's had that smoke for a while. I'm actually surprised they haven't gone for a gank. In fact, Venomous are actually using the enemy jungle right now. What the hell? Alright then. It's just all over the place. IG is farming everywhere, absolutely all over the place. Just trying to get as much gold out of this as possible. I mean, they've got a good. I mean, they had secured sort of a decent early. I'm surprised that they've sort of gone very passive all of a sudden. Normally, when we see this happen, teams will continue to be aggressive and just continue to really assert that. Like often in this kind of situation, we've seen many times teams will even go for a fast gem and just completely remove any kind of map vision. And just make sure they've got complete map control. It's a very, very dangerous thing to have, to lose map control. When you're behind, it's very dangerous to lose complete map vision. And to just basically allow the enemy teams to roam your jungle, do whatever the hell they feel like. But I'm very surprised that IG have become this passive. I mean, they've got smokes, they've got all sorts of fun. I mean, they've got Furion who can show up for ganks and help out. They're going to grab this Roshan, so they're going to be playing very, very safe. But normally we see teams go aggressive, so something different. Not exactly entirely exciting, but different nonetheless. And Queen of Pain looks like she will be grabbing the Arganims. There's two reasons this is good for her at this stage. Just because she had such a shockingly horrid start. And the other thing is, it's a nice build-up. It's a very nice, easy, cheap build-up, relatively speaking, compared to something like, say, a Sheepstick. And it gives her really good bang for buck on health and mana. And she needs both of those. Doesn't give any regen, obviously, any serious regen, but it's still nice just for the pure increase. How do you disassemble an item in Dota 2? You right click, and if you're the player, this thing here will have the ability. Will have in the drop down menu will have disassemble. Now items comes out. Another Smoke of Deceit. I think. Oh no, he's just traded it out. Actually, he's traded it out for counter wards. He's gone. You know what? I'm not even using that. And a Necro Book there on Nature's Prophet. Necrobook on Nature's Prophet. I mean, we've got to say, this isn't... I know some people in the chat now are getting a little annoyed because we've got a very slow-paced game. The Chinese, and they go, yeah, stupid Chinese, you always play these slow farming games with stupid farm monsters. It's not always the case. I mean, especially DK. We see DK go absolutely balls to the wall most of the time and farm, like, and just push like crazy, get stupid aggressive. Weaver now just going to duck up now. Oh, he doesn't have a Porto, so he can't really get out. In fact, he's going to be slightly vulnerable if they come up here with Dust or something of the like. Mirana actually just going to push down here, and she's almost got, I mean, she's about 1,000, 1,300 gold away from that Lincoln's. But Weaver's probably going to have a Radiance very soon. If not, in fact, he's probably got it. Yeah, there it is right now. There's that Radiance. So in about the next 2-3 minutes, Weaver could start causing some massive damage, although they will need to be careful just because he's squishy. Until he gets that cheap defensive item, he will be vulnerable to getting mass nuked. But as long as they can cover him with the Invoker, with the Earthshaker, it can cause some serious damage. He will be very difficult to pin down, of course, Shikuchi, as well as that time-lapse. As they're going to be relying on Dust. No early... I haven't spotted an early gem. Like, early gem would have been really cool. Just because, A, it would have put so much more pressure on with the wards. And the lack of map vision would have made it very difficult for the Radiant team to even get out of their base. And the other thing, of course, it would be great for ganking Weaver. Weaver, though, just content to sit up here and just chill out and wait until he feels safe to move out. And the mech is done on the Venomancer. Do they have a pipe up and coming? Pipe would be fantastic. Well, Mech's on Venomancer. Windrunner, yeah, she could get a pipe. It's not. She's not really a natural carrier for it. She's just more of... Oh, and they found Weaver. They found Weaver. He ran out past the creep. Counter wards went down. And a dead Weaver. Miranda now picking up her ultimate orb. She's also got another 500 gold. So she's getting pretty close to that Lincoln Sphere. Weaver has got the damage. Unfortunately, he doesn't even have boots. Like, he really rushed the hell out of that Radiance as fast as he could possibly get it. I mean... Considering the lane he had, he probably didn't even need the Ring of Health, to be honest. He wouldn't have been getting harassed very hard, and his supports didn't even break off all that often. Watching this now. Down in the bottom lane, it's just going to be Earthshaker farming a little bit. Meanwhile, though, IG getting aggressive on this top tower. And it looks like there is no support coming. Going to try and defend this. AA is about it. He's just going to drop his Ice Blast because, A, he's got nothing else to do. Might as well. It's a really cheap cooldown. But, I mean, IG, they've been just steadily building a gold lead. So they've been playing very conservative, very safe. Some people might say boring as hell, but it works. It definitely works, especially when the other team is already behind. You're not expecting them to get aggressive and even interrupt you. So if you play safe, you're feeling pretty decent. But I am definitely... most teams in this situation just turn the heat up even further and just get even more aggressive and just try and really just stick the boot in and make sure the other team never properly recovers. But in this case, IG deciding, you know what, we're just going to play it cool. Windrunner also, I think she's also grabbing herself a Hex. She's got that ultimate orb. I would be surprised if she doesn't go for a Hex next. Furion wants to pick up level 3 Necro Book, sitting on another 2,000 gold. Ancient Apparition relatively low. And this is why I don't like to support Ancient Apparition, just because you don't have that, like, if you had level 11 now, Ice Blast would be just such a huge factor. It would be absolutely massive. Cut down, it prevents the healing, just so damn good. Forced an early pipe. It's now Furion going top. Does he have a counter water? Oh, he's got level 3 Necro Book. Weaver now trying to time-lapse away. Is he getting hit by the arrow? Dodges it. He might. No, he walks back into the range of the Maul. He's going to pot out. The arrow is down. He should be able to get away. Did he get away? He got away, just barely. Just by the skin of his teeth. I was about to say, it might not even matter that he can't get stunned out. It's just, he has so little health. The double Starfall just eats up so much of his health pool. Invoker also with that level 3 Necro Book now. Windrunner in the bottom lane. She's got a DD picked up. She might actually gun for one of these once they break off. But she could even pick up the ES, I think. The Poison, the Shadow Poison as well. Not popping. There's a DD. He's waiting for that to pop out. Furion also putting into assist. Not even necessary. Just popping the power shot into him. And down goes Invoker. Invoker did manage to pop off his Necro Book first. Just trying to harass a little bit. In fact, they're going to try and take it out. No. It is worth a fair amount of money. So, hey, why not? Of course, does a lot of damage. But, hey, you've got a mech there. Can't afford to just cop it. And Weaver back in his lane. Does have boots up and ready to go. I'm expecting to pick up a defensive item now just because he's been so squishy. I mean, he almost could have died in that last gank. Oh, Ice Blast coming through. Not going to do a whole lot. Just going to slightly irritate these heroes there. Fisher down as well. Shadow Poison does manage to hit the ES. Not doing a whole lot. The Shackle Shot goes down. Catches both heroes. Really good Shackle. They did not see that coming. Venomous Gale as well. Going to pick off the ES. Fantastic work there. And the arrow going through from Mirana. Not going to hit anything except creep. And they also get the AA. I'm not sure how they picked that one up. I think it was a slow there from the Shadow Dim. He's got Arcane Boots up as well. Shackle. Another great Shackle. Catching two heroes at once. Oh, Windrunner. Ferrari has been landing fantastic Shackles, just picking them off like that. And now suddenly just going to all back off. Mirana now making sure this top lane doesn't get pushed down. Weaver was up there and then break off. I see this is the issue. Weaver just can't really participate in these fights. Needs that cheap defensive item up and running, whether it be a Vanguard's or even just, even just grabbing himself a Vitality boost would really help out these issues. Furion got now. He's got an ultimate. Oh, I think we're going to see. We think we're going to see another Hex as well. How's Windrunner doing on her Hex? She's almost got enough up. She's about 1,500 gold short of that. Furion also Nature's Prophet. His ridiculous amount of GPM right about now. That GPM just keeps favouring IG. It's nearly 500. Oh wow, Mirana and Prophet nearly 500 GPM. StarsBoba definitely starting to get to the struggling area, just because their Weaver is doing well, but nobody else on their team is really up to par on that ability to fight, except maybe for Invoker. He does have the level 3 Necro Book, but then again, that's all he's got. It's boots and a level 3 Necro Book. That's all he's got. Probably be hoping for a little bit more. Now Queen of Pain has finished up her Argonauts, but again. Well, then again, no, again, it's relatively naked. I mean, she's got that Null Talisman, but hasn't really been spiraling out. In fact, I'm just double-checking her GPM. What is it? She's sitting on 258, yeah, and Invoker sub 300, so not doing fantastic. It's a leap in there from Mirana. Cold Snap does nothing, gets procced on the Lincoln, so going to get the Invoker here. Doesn't even need to, can't even get away with the Invis because they've got that level 3 Necro Book. In fact, both Necro Books being popped and fighting there. Going to chase off the Mirana. She's picked up a Yasha. It looks like she'll be going for that Mantis style next just because she can. As Furion almost has enough for his Mystic Staff. It's Windrunner still sitting on that Invis rune. Weaver now going to Shikuchi in. There we go. He's gone for the Vanguards. Has actually gone for the full Vanguards. Obviously teams that shoot that, or players that shoot that. He's going to go for the Shadow Demon. 4 staffs away. I think Windrunner responsible for that 4 staff. Unfortunately, Sonic Wave was facing the wrong way. He gets hit by that Sonic Wave. Gets cleaned up. Although Ancient Apparition going down to Furion. Furion still fighting though. Might need to get the hell out. Mirana now dropping out. Chuan going to back up. Leaping out. Manages to dodge the Fissure thanks to the Lincolns. He's in a little bit of trouble though. Poison Nova being popped. Shackle Shot doesn't latch. Chuan now juking away. Gonna drop an arrow. It's 1 second away. Could drop those nukes. In fact, Weaver vulnerable. If he drops the arrow into him, then Starfalls as well. Although here comes the Starstorm as well. Oh, he has an Aegis as well as the what was that? The Sunstrike. Also going to take him out there. And Fury. Oh, they're going to get it. No, Earthshaker barely escaping, teleporting straight to the fountain. Going to heal up and get away. As they're just going to take out the Force Troops for extra cash. Oh wow, StarsBoba had picked up 1 kill. That Queen of Pain has picked up the first kill for StarsBoba. That's the first one. That gank, or rather that Sonic Wave cleaning up Shadow Demon, that was the first kill for StarsBoba. They have definitely not had much of a fun match. Just the control there from IG. And I mean, that was it. That was it. I mean, IG have been so passive, so defensive. I was checking out the wrong tab there. Have been so passive, so defensive. Since that sort of their early domination, where they just shut down the Queen of Pain, ganked mid a few times, then they just backed off, just completely backed off, and just played it safe, just farmed a little bit here and there, just tried to use up the enemy jungle every now and then, and by playing passive, they never really exposed themselves to ganks. So, yeah, I mean, their first kill there for StarsBoba. I mean, StarsBoba were already so far behind, they didn't have much map vision. Like, screw it, we don't want to go over to the enemy side of the map and fight. We don't want to go and try and hunt down heroes that are already kicking our heads in. So, if IG pull out, then there's not going to be a whole lot of conflict, so not much opportunity for them to pick up kills. There we go, first kill for StarsBoba, and IG still way ahead in the gold tab. I mean, it's 28 minutes in, they have a 20k gold lead. XP at about 15, 16k. That's pretty scary. Queen of Pain now looks like she's going for that BKB just to help her out in these fights. There is a lot of magic damage as well as a little bit of disable there, especially with these hexes coming through. In fact, yeah, Windrunner with a hex, Virion with his hex as well, yeah. BKB definitely going to help her out a lot, but I think it might just be a little bit too little too late, and the fact that she probably won't have it up and running before IG are ready to start busting down. Busting down towers. Pick up more and more cash. What is her GPM now? She's sitting on 505. Furion also 540 GPM. Arrow goes through. Not going to find anything. No, not at all. Not even close. Let's see. The Ice Blast. Not do a whole lot. Oh, the Sonic Wave actually does a lot of damage to Ferrari though. He's going to back up. I mean, he could have dropped. Hasn't actually dropped his hex on anybody yet. Doesn't really have enough backup. I think he's just waiting. Like, where is Furion? Alright, Furion, I think he's here. Oh, he's in the bottom lane. He's pushing. They're just getting that split push happening. It's Mirana now getting hit by the Deafening Blast as well as the Tornado, also getting hit by the Meteor, the Chaos Meteor. Meanwhile, Weaver is opting just to try and push top. It doesn't look like he's having a huge amount of success, so Mirana, I think they will just take this down first. They go for the base race. Will we lose Invoker? Invoker does go down. Power Shot going to clean him up there. Windrunner taking another kill. As Cold Feet and Ice Ball takes a hex though on Orange. Orange is going to get taken. He's too squishy. Earthshaker has not had any fun. Way too squishy. Gets hexed and then killed very easily. And Furion also threatening the bottom tower. He's pushing on that bottom tower. Furion down here now. Takes the bottom tower. Now threatening the bottom racks. And StarsBoba, they need to respond. And it's a bit of a catch-22 at the moment. Although Weaver trying to take his top down. He just cannot push fast enough. He just does not have enough early game potential. As unfortunately down goes Queen of Pain as well. Jessica is dead. Getting shackled and then probably hexed along the way somewhere as well. Furion now getting hit by that Cold Snap as well as the Cold Feet. Gonna port out. Ice Blast hitting him as well. The slow from Shadow Demon. Power Shot not gonna land. But we're gonna lose this Ancient Apparition. Getting cleaned up there after the damage here. And Windrunner just punching him in the face. And now the hex on Weaver. Mass damage on Weaver. Gets hit by the arrow and the other arrow. The Power Shot as well as the Sacred Arrow. Gonna take him out. Moonlight Shadow being popped. Furion porting back in. Using a teleport scroll to go home and then just using an actual teleport to get back into the lane. In the enemy base so he can fight. And Invoker now back in the mix. I believe he may have bought back. He did respawn very quickly. Invoker actually doing is sort of an almost Dendy build. He's gone for the Blink Dagger. It's very Dendy-ish, although Dendy generally goes for the 4-star as well as the Blink. But that's what he does with his Exhort build. Arrow going to go through. Manages to hit Invoker. Are they going to try and clean him? Yeah, everybody just diving in there straight away. 4-star fleet. Why not? 3 kills are there for the taking. As now Jessica about to die a horrible, painful death. And they also managed to get Ancient Apparition in there somewhere as well. And that's 5 heroes down again. Earthshaker just respawning. Probably just about to die. But this looks like it's just all over bar the shouting. Unfortunately, IG finally picking up a kill. And like I said, they have played against the 3 hardest teams in their group already. MUFC, Orange, as well as LGD. And those teams are very, very difficult to beat. And they've just been playing so damn well. And like I said before, StarsBoba definitely were the underdogs in this match. They haven't had the best results as of yet. Haven't been looking that strong either, so wasn't honestly expecting huge results from here. But IG just comfortably controlling this game in a very safe fashion and not really giving an inch at any point. I mean, they just took it. The good play from IG early was very smart. Also, the main thing was also StarsBoba failing to get those early wards down as well was not good, and just allowed IG to do whatever the hell they please behind enemy lines to shut down 2 lanes at once, shut down the mid, shut down the Queen of Pain at bottom, just because that Banish, the Banish as well as Arrow combo is just, it's impossible to dodge and it's so easy to land, just does so much damage. Invoker summons Creep for himself to get shackled too, and he's probably feeling a little silly about that right about now. Queen of Pain not going to quite get the Windrunner, and it looks like Mirana going to kill yet another hero. She will go down though. Does she have an Aegis? I'm not dead sure. She does have an Aegis. She doesn't even go down. It takes out Earthshaker while she's down. It takes out Queen of Pain as well. Goes down to a Necrobook Warrior, but she'll pop back up. And that is GG there from SB. StarsBoba going to give that one up. But yeah, no, they were gone. They were gone. And IG, well, playing it safe, playing it slightly boring, but that's what they needed. They needed to notch a win. I mean, this is a match that they could not afford to lose. If they lost this, they were pretty much out of the running. pretty much out of the running for a spot in the playoffs, so they definitely had to win this one. So maybe that's why they went so defensive and just didn't want to make any opportunity of accidentally losing the game just through a bad couple of games for a bad couple of team fights. But guys, you've been watching the Geek by Dota Masters tournament. This has been a replay cast of a game that happened yesterday, but